Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Welcome back to another episode of the Peak Performers Podcast /show. I'm your host, Thor Conklin. Today, we're going to talk about the foundation, the necessity to forming a great foundation in order to build upon. Now, if you've listened to any of our stuff, you know that we talk a lot about vision. To know where we're going is so important. We've got to know what that destination is. We need to know where that end point is. But once we have that piece figured out, what that vision is, what that end point is, we've got to figure out a plan how to get there. Before we do that, we need to set up a foundation. And I call this Thor's Core 4. All right? 4 parts. Now, first part, mind, body, contribution, and relationships. So I'm going to explain each one of these. And I want you to picture this as almost a 4-legged stool or a table, a nice strong foundation. If one of these is not absolutely perfect, and is a little weaker at one point, you still got 3 legs to stand on. Not real stable, but it'll still keep it up. So first and foremost, actually not foremost, but anyway, real important, the mind. You've got to focus on the mind. And in this particular category, what we're going to talk about is meditation, prayer, just time with yourself, just thinking time. If you don't have schedules on your calendar every single week, thinking time, do it. Very, very important. Come up with a key question, sit down in a chair or sofa that you normally don't work in, and think through that issue. You've got to feed the mind. Reading, podcasts, videos. Put positive things in your mind to grow and expand it. This is all about taking each area of your life and making sure that you're continuing to grow, expand it, and strengthen it. If not, what happens? If it doesn't get used, it gets weaker. You do not want these foundational pillars to become weak. So, first one is the mind. Body. You've got to have a strong body. Make sure that every single day you're spending some time figuring out how to strengthen your body. Make sure that your nutrition is good. Make sure, or great, better yet. Make sure that you're exercising. Make sure that you're taking care of your body. Breathing. Get out into the open. Get some sun. Take care of that body. You only get one. Once that breaks down and it's done, you're done. So take care of it. Contribution. Now, one thing that you're going to notice here is people come to us all the time and talk about, hey, Thor, I'm really struggling with work-life balance. And that's one of the stupidest ideas that's out there. There's no way that you want to try to figure out how to balance your life on one hand and your work on another hand. Puts them on opposite ends. What am I supposed to do? Spend 8 hours a day here, 8 hours a day here? That's ridiculous. Or this amount of energy, it doesn't work. What you're looking for is an integration, work-life integration. Okay? In order to accomplish this, this is why this has 4 legs to it, 4 pillars. All right? Contribution is what you are giving to others, the value that you're providing. In your work, in your business, whether you have a job or you own a company, it's about what are you providing to someone and what are you getting in exchange. If you want more money, you've got to provide more value, plain and simple. It doesn't work any other way. Relationships, what are you doing to feed those relationships? Actually, I'll come back to the relationship next. What are you doing to coach and mentor? Okay, if you're a business owner, are you managing? Are you, bossing? Are you, what's managing? What's the other one? I forgot. Managing, supervising. That's the one, supervising. Are you managing or supervising? Who wants to do that? You want to coach, you want to mentor. You got to love these live broadcasts. Just keep going. So supervising. Don't supervise, don't manage. Make sure that you're coaching and you're mentoring. So, contribution, what are you giving? You want more in return? Give more. Next one, relationships. Your key relationships, your friends, your family, your intimate relationships, and your client relationships. Okay, so clients in business actually end up into 2 categories here, 2 pillars. One is the contribution side, and one is the relationship side. Besides figuring out what you provide to your clients through the contribution and value you and your firm provide them, make sure that you're also providing and creating and nurturing the relationship side of things. That doesn't have to do with business. Remember, you're not doing business with companies, you're doing business with people. Figure out what you're doing to nurture those relationships. I have one client that is really struggling trying to figure out how to spend enough time with his clients. I said, look, you're either going to figure it out, we're going to come up with a strategy, you're going to implement that strategy, or you're going to start to lose your biggest clients. And you're going to be right back where you started from. He's doing great. But if he doesn't spend the time getting out of the work piece and develop the relationship, it's not going to work. So to recap, Thor's core 4, what are they? Mind, body, contribution, and relationships. If you have these 4 things and you're constantly growing these each and every day, now you don't have to do a ton of these. And again, this is not a balancing act. This is not 25% of your effort spent on each one of these every single day. But there's a great book, I have it here, which is Darren Hardy, The Compound Effect. If you have not read this, get this book. What it talks about is little things done every single day and the exceptional results that you get by compounding and stacking things on top of each other. Take your calendar. Here's your to-do list. Not to-do list. You're actually going to put it on your calendar. I don't believe in to-do lists. Your calendar. Grab your calendar. Put on your calendar. What are you going to do today? If it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, do it tomorrow. Do it tonight, but put it in your calendar for tomorrow. What are you going to do tomorrow to work on your body? What are you going to do to grow and expand your mind? What are you going to do to grow and expand your relationships? And what are you going to do to provide more value today than you did yesterday? You work on these 4 core areas, and I guarantee you the results after just 30 days will be absolutely amazing. Thank you for listening. And as always, please check in, send me an email, and tell me how today's content changed your life. Thanks, and have a great day.